Hi, this is a brief video to describe the eInsysstat package available on GitHub. It's a package to allow you to display system stats for a Raspberry Pi on a very small eInk tablet from waveshare. 1.54 inch e-paper. Bunch of circuitry on the back. You wire it in on the 40-pin connector on your Pi, and then you connect this header in here. Okay. So here's one, for example, on a Pi 4 with the display on there fixed from when it was last run. There's no power to the Pi 4 there. And here's one on a Pi 5 which is currently running. Behind there's a console. So to use the package, you download the tarball, which I've done. Untar it. CD into there. Do configure. Which figures out what sort of system I've got. And make. And then you've got the thing available. So it's just, and then pick one of the sample configuration files. For example, temperatures. You can see on the display there, over here. It's updating. It's actually done most of the running now. It's actually doing the last verb, which is the render, which is what takes all the time. There's a little processor on the back of these that's sitting churning away, producing that content. This particular script's got a sleep in it, and after I think 20 seconds will then clear the display. On the screen you'll see the command still running. Fortunately it's not CPU busy, it's just waiting. Okay. It clears the display. Again it has to render, so a long wait while the little processor on the back here updates it, and then you'll see the command end in a second. Okay. If we try a different config file, this is the one that's displayed on the Pi 4. This is going to display disk usage statistics. This doesn't have a clear at the end of it. So this is displaying the current time, the system name, how long the system's been up, a couple of disks, how much free space they've got, 91% free on there, and 428 megabytes free on the SD card, and then two other file systems which I don't have, and then two files of date. So these are supposed to represent backup. So the backup was done 0 days ago, and the second level backup was done 3 days ago. And then there's a small bit of text you can probably hardly read there, which is a display of a fixed file on the machine where you can put text in. So for example, if you've got another program that's getting errors, they can dump the errors in the file and you'll see them displayed on here. So the temperature file that we initially ran was this one. So it displays the host name, the temperature, the timestamp, the uptime, and then the temperature here of the thermal zone and the temperature of the GPU. Notice here we've got two magic file names. The magic file name here, another magic file name in the fan, and then whether the system's throttled, fixed text message. Cats a file, renders a screen, sleeps for 20 seconds, then clears the screen again, which is what we just saw. One obvious question is, how do you know what those magic files are? Well, there's a little helper script here to give you a bit of assistance to find the devices. If you run this, it shows you that the fan command you need is that one, and the temperature command you need is that one. You first of all need to check that it makes sense. So the fan is currently reporting 3141, which I think is about right, and the thermal zone is reporting here 61150, which translates to 61.15 degrees. Yeah, this system runs rather hot. Right, I've got a set of problems to do with that. And that's it. So the only other thing you need to know is the dependencies, which are all described in the README. Bunch of things you need to do. Sudo get there. Bunch of things to set on the system, and then a few groups you have to join yourself to get the right permissions to do the thing. So that's all described in the README file there. And there's more detail on the waveshare page about how to use this particular device. And that's it. Have fun.